that judgment is going to be the one that He welcomes me into heaven. But if I don't live my life for the Lord, and I choose not to give Him my life, and I die, I still face God in judgment. I don't change. Change is a type of judgment. It's called the Great White Throne Judgment. And when you face that kind of judgment, you're going to hell. A lake of fire and brimstone. And it's not the devil sitting there torturing you. He's just the first enemy. It's God that's giving you your punishment. Regardless of the fact you're answering to God. So do you live your life every day for God? Do you make Him your number one priority in life? Are you aware that God is the beginning and the end? He's the all in all. Do you give Him that respect? The Bible so passionately says many times that fear, that reverence. Are you still getting up and living your life and God's lost in the shuffle somewhere at the bottom? If He is, you need to work some things out. God needs to be first. Before anything. Psalm 94. The Lord is a God who avenges. O God who avenges, shine forth. Rise up and judge the earth. Pay back the proud what they deserve. How long will the wicked be jubilant? They pour out arrogant words. All the evildoers are full of boasting. They crush your people. They oppress your inheritance. They slay the widow and the foreigner. They murder the fatherless. They say, the Lord does not see. The God of Jacob does not take notice. Take notice, you senseless ones among the people, you fools. When will you become wise? Does he who fashioned the ear not hear? Does he who formed the eye not see? Does he who disciplined the nations not punish? Does he who teaches mankind lack? The Lord knows all human plans. He knows that they are futile. We've got to remember God knows all. We've got to remember that relationship that we have, that judgment we face, isn't a judgment as a group. You're not walking in as a church or a city or a country before God and He's facing how your whole group of people did. That judgment we face, those actions were taken up. It says, by our words we'll be condemned. Ours. Singly. You got to make sure that you are right with God. You got to make sure that you got God first in your life. That you're not compromising for any reason. It says, blessed is the one you discipline, Lord, the one you teach from your law. You grant them relief from the days of trouble, till a pit is dug for the wicked. The Lord will not reject His people. He will never forsake His inheritance. Judgment will again be founded on righteousness. And all the upright in heart will follow it. rise up for me against the wicked? Who will take a stand for me against evildoers? And unless the Lord had given me help, I would have soon have dwelt in silence of death. When I said my foot is slipping, your unfailing love supported me. When the anxiety was great within me, your consolation brought me joy. Can a corrupt throne be alive with you? A throne that brings misery by its decrees. The wicked band together against the righteous and condemn the innocent to death. But the Lord has become my fortress and my rock, my God, the rock in whom I take refuge. He will repay them for their sins and destroy them for their wickedness. The Lord God will destroy them. You may not see it here in your timing. You may not see what's going on in somebody's life. You might see a drug dealer or somebody living in sin, living high in the world. You might see them having all the money, all the glory, thinking everything's going great for them. They ain't got nothing to worry about. A lot of times they're putting on a show. A lot of times inside they're struggling. A lot of times inside they don't know who their friends are, their family are, who's with them for their money or who's really their friends. A lot of times they're struggling in depression because they don't know God. A lot of times they end up dying, drugs, or suicide. And even if they do live on, the ones that are strong-willed, if they don't find God, they live on miserable old age. When they die, they're facing God in that judgment. They're paying for every one of their sins because they did not accept what Christ paid for them. When you give God your life, it's exactly that. You just gave Him your life. Live it for Him. He paid for your sins. In exchange, you get eternity. Peace. Comfort. Joy. No more sadness, no more sorrow, no more pain, no more tears. What is He? Well worth it. Amen. So you want to be faithful even to the point of death. You receive that crown of everlasting